Hi everybody, Martyn the Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying a simple but absolutely essential still water dry fly, well a merger really, but it's a wee Bibio midge, a merger, Pearly. Very good, right? Very simple, but it will catch you fish after fish, and it'll often outfish the more kind of fancy patterns that you see. Now, as always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anybody that wants to support the channel, which will get you entered into the giveaways for the flies that I'm tying. You can see that I've just put that's the second one of them in this box that I'm working on. I've got the Sunburst Kate Hog, Muirhead Bumble, the Gizmo, Quail's Fancy, the Morning Glory and the Bogey in already. So this box is coming on. Alternatively, if you don't want to sign up for that, do give me a thumbs up below, like the video, share the video, watch it all the way to the end, and especially subscribe, and do hit the bell button so you get notified of the new videos and you can come and watch them. That's all, really appreciate it. Alright, so I've got my hook and my vise. It's a full amount, all-purpose medium weight, size 12. For the still waters, well, I would say probably the most common sizes are going to be 10 to 14s, but I'd carry 16s and 18s even in this. It's a really good pattern. So, and I've run on some black uni 80. It's got to catch in a length of, this is number 14, size 14, Pearly tinsel. It's just plain uni pearl. Just got to catch that in at the bend, then I'll come down, wind it around, maybe halfway round the bend, you keep your wraps nice and tight, and then I'll catch it off. A nice pearly butt. Don't know how well you can see that in the camera, but it really catches the light quite well. And I think it gives you a reasonably good impression of a shuck. So I'm just going to come along a wee bit with my thread, just maybe at the point of the hook, and I'll fold this pearl tinsel back, and that'll be my rib, and then I'll tidy everything up. And I don't worry too much about that wee bump at the back, right, because it's a dubbed body. It's very easy to hide that wee ramp there. Even that second layer of thread going back's nearly the same. So the first half, I tie the body in two halves. First black, obviously, right? You don't need to tie it with a bar in the middle, right? I know some people will still to this day maintain that there's got to be the dot in the middle of red, but it's absolute nonsense, right? That you've got the black hackle at the front. You can just tie your Bibio bodies half and half, and it will absolutely work. So I'm just going to come up the first half, more or less half, a wee bit extra there. Just take it off. Just go back a turn and tighten that up. Right, you can see I'm keeping that nice and sparse, right? Really skinny. I don't want a fat body in this at all, right? And then the front, I'm using some fluorescent red silver, right? Obviously, if you don't have silver, you can use SLF or some other dubbing. I'm just going to get my front half. And I'm not leaving myself a whole lot of space at the front here, right? Only an eye length, right? There's plenty. Now, if you prefer to put thirds, do that, right? I'm not saying don't do it. It will still work, but it doesn't make any odds. So I'm just going to come up with this rib. Keep the turns nice and tight, right? You can see I'm moving the hook there. The uni pearl is quite strong. So I'm bedding that right into that dubbing. Come across my thread, keep everything nice and tight. tie it off. And then before we go any further, we'll get in with the Velcro. Draw that out. Right. You've got to get a wee kind of fuzzy shroud around your pearly, you know, that you get this, it looks almost like the pearls shrouded with the seal fur. It's very nice when you brush it. Now, got a wee bit of wax, just enough to finish off. Just got to sweep anything back, take a couple of turns back. You see, I've not got much space there at all. Hackle I'm using, wee cheapo, right? It's just it's a Chinese neck, dyed black. I actually think that these are better hackles for this type of fly than a high quality dry fly hackle. A very high end hen, like a red label white and hen neck would be just as good as this, but you don't want like a spiky dry fly neck, right? As I say, this fly fishes subsurface as well as it does on the top, so it's actually better to have a kind of lower grade feather. So tied that in, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to wind it in. I'm going to wind it sort of in the wet fly direction, right? So the shiny side, the good side's facing me when I tied that in there. Now these are very delicate, these wee feathers. An Indian neck's usually a bit, well, depends on the bird, but an Indian hen I find generally is a wee bit better than a Chinese in terms of toughness. But anyway, so I'm just going to use this up. I'll get probably, here's a turn, I'll probably get 3 turns, maybe 4 if I'm lucky. And what I'm doing, I'm not actually folding the hackle, I'm just drawing back the previous turn so it's not in the way when I go to wind this. I'm just going to use it up, get what I can out of the feather. It's never going to be a lot anyway, so catch that off. And as I say, they're very fine stems, so what I'm just going to draw everything back, just make sure I've got everything, and I just wind back up. Two or three thread wraps is long enough for my head, and then I'll just come in and whip finish. Nice and tight. Get that hackle tip. Pinch them away. And that's it, the fly's basically done. It's just a wee bit of varnish and you're good to go. Now, you can, if you want, you can trim the hackle on the underside, but to be quite honest, I wouldn't do that at the bench. I'd wait until I was on the water. And you don't necessarily even need to, you can, I'll just take that away, right? You can, if you feel that, I mean, it will not ride too high, this fly, guarantee you it'll sit right in the film, but if you really wanted it to sit lower, you can use your mucilin, use a paste base floating, and you can sweep the hat, you can just draw it up like that, and then you've got that nice flat bottom. But honestly, you'll no need to. They'll no got to come up and refuse this because it's sitting too high. But there you go, absolutely devastating. Super simple. Nothing really in it, you know, which is the good thing, right? There's a lot of mod flies nowadays, you see folk that are putting more and more stuff in their patterns, and it's no making them better fish catchers. That's a fact. So, hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up below, and I'll see you for another one. Tight lines, guys. Bye.